And I said, do you try Tyranny Days? He said, absolutely, because we don't want to lose to anybody.
Nobody
and I think
wants
that
to
applies
lose.
across all regards. Finally underway, Hive starting off strong. They're going to strike first on Bravo and Charlie. Pittsburgh Knights looks to push them back.
Hive, they're going to push on through, and Tidy, he says, Blaze, you say we don't have all the slaying power. I feel like he was kind of talking about me as he charges forward, grabs a double for his squad, helps put Hive in a great position covering these tracks. Zovios has a little bit of room to play with in the corner of the map, peppering up his opponents, but by summons, getting to this wide angle and having a right-hand advantage, Zovios knows that I can't stay there anymore and I have to back up. But this summons get some help. He's going to have two teammates behind him, and the Knights is going to use his quick 3v2 advantage to capitalize on picking up one kill and put the pressure on Hive. Now, the shots are still, the pressure is still being pressed up these tracks here, Taylor, and Hive was not able to get back down low to stop this, and PK that quickly off the second team fight has turned the tables back in their favor, and they're just a few moments away from getting a trip cap domination.
Going through, looks as if PK is going to be able to do this. I just want to say, by the way, how impressive that push was. That was the definition of control. The way they fought on tracks plays was beautiful. They didn't push it, well, other than Summons, right? Summons had to put
He's on the map as soon as possible.
Zovio's going to be pushing up. Smoke is down. Hive once again taking that early initial, taking that early point up ahead, right? And this is what they did last round before PK started to push them back. Now, the thing is, though, Hive isn't going to make the same mistake of getting overly aggressive and pushing forward. They're going to take their time and use their defensive setup to speak for them. That's a big drop. Dezo's going to be dropped off one. Identa's going to be there, but Dezo has to push forward. He gets dropped, and his teammates are trying to go up and maybe get some finishes, but they can't. Summons gets dropped himself. This is a great hold for them. Identa falls. That's 3 down. Hive, you got to take this opportunity.
Yeah, this is a key one. They have to make a statement here to Pittsburgh Knights to say that we are ready to play some great gears against you, and this is not going to be an easy series. Solar still on a spree. I told you that he can go toe-to-toe with any of them, Taylor, and he has not fallen, and he shall not now. Hive, they had a great start to this round, and it's not over just yet because of Summons, man. He does what Summons do, and that's extend the round for his team. Let's see if Hive can get back into position and not let this round slip away.
I can't let this round go indeed, man. You know, this is the thing. Hive played that so well, but PK is already right back into it. And this is going to be very disheartening if Hive loses this round. Granted, though, they're playing well, but that's already 3 down once again. And PK is going to start to close that Vice script. Player 4 is going over towards A to lock in the home hill. Or actually, he might not be able to, excuse me, because Hive is going to be coming off respawn. So they just have to focus simply on Charlie. Player 7 falls, so does 0. So that's PK right back into it. But they're not going to have the win condition yet. The point lead for Hive from off that initial was too strong. So PK has to play this appropriately, and Hive knows PK's only play is to push in strong.
Now PK, they know that Hive can win off one. So now they're currently in Hive spawn on top of their home hill. They're looking to take them out right now with 2 players down, 5v3 situation. They find another and another, all up to Shock. But Shock has now fallen. PK, they come back in this round. One that we thought was this one.
And that's the thing. How do you defend against all lanes, right? How do you defend against PK pushing up so strongly? It's a tough task that not even UIU could defend against earlier yesterday. Instant out. Dezo gets finished off. And again, it appears as if Hive is off to a good start, but PK starts to pick up those critical kills. I like this play, though, from Raver, going inside Pavilion, lancering out Solars, and now Summons and Ident is going to be able to single out Shock, but actually Shock holds his own and drops the meat shield. Unfortunately, gets dropped there, but at least he took down one with him. Now, from this positioning from PK Blaze, do they decide to push up as they've done before? I don't think they do. I think they go ahead and try and stop this overextension from Hive.
And I think you're absolutely right, because PK, they got numbers. They got the head count that 4 members of Hive is in this area, so they're not going to fight them in this narrow passageway up top entrance. They're going to let Hive come down towards their home hill just a bit and set a trap for him. But Tidy slaying out in this match. He finds his team a key double kill to get on top of his opponent's home hill and buy his team some time to make that flank through middle. That's his old duel right there. I can't say old duel because they've been together for a while. That's Noe and Tidy, folks, working together there towards the home. Now, they got to hold off as their teammates are winning fights at their home. They got the hill in the middle at B captured, but they cannot hold off against Desert Knight and Monkeys. And HIVE is going to have to back up and count their blessings while they still have them.
Not backing up quick enough, though. Xovios wants to push this, puts himself in a 1v3, throws away his life. Shock now by himself in Pavilion. He's going to be challenged by Raver. That is, depending if Raver has spotted him, which he hasn't. Shock will hit a nice spread. Raver gets away. He'll get picked back up. Shock wants to push, but again, from Pavilion, Summons will come on the flank. It was Raver before, but here comes PK, starting to collapse in. Solars will fall, and now Xovios and Tidy are about to face a wall of PK members.
We talked about that duo before, and they're going to have to, turn up their synergy just a bit to be able to get out of this situation. Shock gets one, but was it enough? I don't think it is. I don't think it is. The Knights, they're roaring and rolling.
The fact that their initials have been fantastic, but Pittsburgh Knights retakes have been that much more impressive, and that's where HIVE is starting to fall behind.
Agreed. And now we're here in round number 4 with another initial, our last of the first half, highest respawn rounds. If Solars is going to use this Incinerary just to move up a bit, but Desanite has that cross, but he's not in a good enough position to tag up Solars, so he has to focus on helping his teammates defend from this push coming down tracks, in which he's able to help them get 2 kills, but now he's left in a 1v1 with the final player of Solars, and he's going to take position on tracks, force Solars to have to make a difficult move, and he goes right for him and says, all right, you want to give me this kill? I'll take it. HIVE in the 2-1 hill setup.
2-1 hill setup. Big opportunity for them to close out that deficit and start accumulating a lead. PK making a decision. Seems as if the overextension is in play. Right now it's going to be a 3v2. Players 9 and 6, though, will be joining over. 7's going to stick behind on Bravo to focus out Summons if he decides to go ahead and push forward, which, by the way, that 1v1 could be absolutely critical. If Pittsburgh Knights can flood this hill, and Summons can win, and he does win the 1v1, so now PK has put themselves in a position where they can get a domination, but it seems as if HIVE does hold on.
HIVE, they do, man. Big kills there by Demise and Tidy. That's 3 members down of the Knights. Both home hills are about to be capped up in favor of HIVE, and now Summons needs to try to hold off these HIVE members as long as he can, but he's realized that he's in a terrible position on that cover, and he really couldn't move away, so he knows he's going to have to pay for that one, giving up that hill. But Raver, coming off respawn, has multiple teammates in the area to make sure the Pittsburgh Knights has a hill, a base of operations, so they can make plays elsewhere on the map. And we're seeing Monkeys do just that as the Knights are able to get the B hill in their control.
Enemy marked.
Said be in control. Bit of a deficit, but no worries. Identitas on his last life. He's going to go ahead and pick up that fresh ensign. Double trade moves in. Monkeys will dodge the ensign that comes through, and he's actually trying to get involved here, but I don't know. Maybe not the best play. A Shock will take advantage of it, get the drop, and take him out. That's going to be the finish, as Monkeys will drop down to 1 out of 4. Dezo has joined Identita's last life. Identitas burns to a crisp, so he is now gone. Demise, though, will make that push. Dezo now fighting for his life, and there's really nowhere to go. What are you doing? He rolls into the fire, but still picks up a kill.
Desanite making plays. The Knights have their home hill, and that's the only one that they got. They don't have any players in position to get B, but if they can get their opponents home, they'll see what they can capture. Now, you look at the respawns on the side of HIVE. Xovios can't spawn in. Tidy's on his last life. Tidy's going to be number 9. He's sitting back, waiting for his teammates to rotate over from tracks. And with this hill cap, I do believe the COG team can get it done. So now HIVE has to switch on over to offense, and it was not expecting this. And they do not have the respawns to lose this fight and have another opportunity in this round. And with the dust settling, as well as the heel settling in it with their rightful owners here, Pittsburgh Knights shall go up 4-0 on the map number 1.
Yeah, it's tough, HIVE put clean up, but either way, PK has put themselves in a great position, 4-0 up. We're now into the second half.
I couldn't agree with you more there, Taylor. When it comes down to it, HIVE, they have to, bring these pieces together, and we'll see. It's going to be hard to go up against this chemistry here of the Knights, but off to start here in this round, you see it was a HIVE kind of overstacking up top towards entrance, but they're going to lose a player up there. currently a 4v4 fight on both sides. 2v2 down low, 2v2 up top. And with the Hive getting us down in that double incinerary kill, it's going to give them some map control. So they got to slow down and not take too much, because you can go over opening setups and be super great at the initial, right? You can go over that in practice, but what makes a truly great team is how you hold the setup, how you stay composed, how every player on your team knows what the perfect play is at all times so that you guys do not lose out on the rotations and do not skip a beat, and you can close out rounds just like this. Hive, they're looking to get one. I gotta hold my breath a little bit, because all right, there we go. Because he can go in there, wrap shot.
As well as shocks that have been matched on both ends.
I'm
very curious to see what Hive continues to do here. They send 3 people down low, and they might want to push 2 on tracks.
Being the better team off the initial can only really truly win you 4 rounds out of the 9 that we can possibly play on any given map. Because the rest of those rounds is going to take great rotations and a lot of teamwork to hold your setups. Now, we're currently in one of those rounds where being that team off the great initial can win you one. We're early in the first half of our second portion of this map. And Hive, they got D&E under their control. And with them winning their fight on tracks, Tidy, if he takes another one, he's going to give his team the right to go towards the nice home hill. But they may have brought themselves too much time. Big 1v1 for Tidy as he's about to get pinched, but he's not able to go forward. And he had a little bit bad positioning there in that 1v1 fight.
Looks like it's going to be a mismatch, though. You have Shock as Shock and Solars are going to be the only ones trying to defend now, as 4 players from PK are going to be pushing up. At this point, player 8 should have already rotated over much earlier. If I'm Pittsburgh Knights, I'm pushing this, but of course they don't know how many members from Hive are there, so they're going to take their time. Utility is going to get thrown. Shock is placed. That gives just a narrow opening for PK to get into the cut if they so decide. That would be beneficial given the fact Solars is on all 4s. They could have lancered him out, but they do take their time, and they're just going to wait for the next series of utility and maybe even just an opportunity to open up. Dezo's going to force the issue. Misses that first shot onto Solars. Good instant, though, from Demise to connect onto Monkeys. Dezo now in a 1v2. He's going to get chunked. Demise will take him down. Now Summons pushes up, and Demise will make him pay. That's a 3K, and that's impressive. That's impressive that he got the 3 kills. Really is. I wish he would have hit a Lancer on one of them, though. But hey, the back 80s worked out there. It's just that I get scared. Like, I would beat time and time again, and we know which fights you guys are weaker at, so we're going to choose to put this drop shot in the middle. Let's see if it works out for PK, as Hive has gotten the first 2 kills in this one, and all 5 of them are still alive. Wow.
But the drop shot's in Raven's hand, but Shock was waiting in the wings to pick up that kill.
All right, for you Hive fans out there, this got to be encouraging, man. They are on the come up. I said don't call it a comeback after 1 round, but that's a solid initial. Even though they don't get that drop shot still, they don't lose much, right? They only lose 1 person. That was beautiful 2v1 situation. They take it in stride.
They had to.
Demise and Shock together.
That shock grenade by Monkeys in his placement, it brought his team all the time that they needed to get back in his position to have a better opportunity to defend his heal. And that's exactly what he did, as they're going to step up. They're going to get 2 more kills. And now the last in front, Raver makes quick work there of Solars.
Like this, huh? PK said, Hive, you've been playing well, but check it out. It's time to shut it down. Demise last alive, and he knows PK is looming around the corner, but lucky for him, PK members will not push just yet. I think they're going to be happy with what they already have. Look, they've got the lead. They've got the objective. They know the fresh drop shot's coming in. That's why player 3, that's going to be Raver, is already set up waiting for it. And now Hive has a decision to make, and it looks like they're stacking up 4 strong, maybe even really 5 to push this fight.
They was able to force out the shock grenade, which is great. But my question is, can they get their shot grenade timed perfectly? Because you don't have to wait for that shot grenade to go away. You want to throw yours a little bit sooner to really get a good trap in on Summons, but they still gave him time to get away, but not too far away, as a perfect incendiary grenade was tossed there by Shock.
Right. Hive now starting to progress forward. They get onto E, and I like this. They're really starting to apply that pressure. Player 1 falls onto his knees. Player 2 has already been finished. That's going to be Monkeys. If Hive plays this correctly, they work as one solid unit. This is going to be a domination, and they're going to have a good comeback story to tell their fans at home. But unfortunately, Summons does get that kill. They might as well push in. And Hive is still in the driver's seat right here. PK, don't do it to him.
You gotta just trade off L triggers. Hopefully, hope for your teammate to get to you, because they had to start that trip cap domination to pull off the pressure up top at E. But once again, the Knights, they're surviving that pressure that Hive is bringing their way. They're fighting and pressing forward to end this round. They also have the drop shot. So this has to be a quick decap, but Monkey says, I know where my win condition is, and it's gonna be on my home hill. Y'all not making it here.
Nice. Impressive.
Not,
Zovios, though.
Not quick enough.
Will fall, but hey, it doesn't matter, Blaze. That's going to be PK taking it 5-2, an impressive victory. And it looked promising for Hive for a little bit, but that start, down 4-0. In mid, it's not the best place you want to be, but it is a transitional point, and 1 and 2 might threaten to push in on player number 6, or player number 8, I should say, of Summons, and that's what they're going to do. They're going into Charlie.
Now, we're watching currently as Tidy and Hive try to get control over top Cinema. They already have teammates on top of their opponent's home hill. Now with them having control of Cinema a little bit, they can hop on into this B hill. They go for a quick double cap, but the fight was lost on a home hill. Shock tried to rotate to help his teammate out, but he couldn't get to him in time. Oh, Idennis hit him with a good one, but he also checked Shock up to the point where he had to retreat away from the hill. He rotates for a right-hand advantage, but Idennis doesn't care, and he gets a little bit of help from his teammate over there in Info to win that fight, lock in B. Now PK have set their sights on getting their home hill back. Summons is doing a good job holding back these players, buying time for his team to get there, and that time was put to great use as they are able to pick up that double kill. Taylor Braver sees his team's next kill in his sight lines, and they're going to hop on top of this home hill, force a trip cap domination, and Hive will not be able to swarm their way out of this difficult situation. PK takes round number 1.
All right, PK leading.
Progressing on their progress that they had in round number 1. Both teams go for the triple cap, and it was Hive who got the first tick, according to my eyes, but hey, I could be wrong. Regardless, this is not going to stick for too long. Both these squads not really worried about so much who is the defensive team just yet. It feels like Hive knows that they are, and that's why PK, they're moving up as if they want to be the first at making an attempt at conquering this B hill. Now, how they're going to do this? Firstly, they got to be able to distract those players in juice, because nobody is going to be able to sit on top of that B hill and cap it with them guys having an angle inside there. So PK is going to draw the attention down low towards the home hill, hoping to cap both at the same time, force Hive to make some difficult decisions, and Hive focuses all their attention on their home hill instead, still allowing PK to get that B hill in their control. So they're going to be sitting for now.
But Hive, they'll throw an audible, right? They see an opportunity. They know they got a couple of kills down low whenever PK was challenging the home hill of Hive. So now you're going to have 3 players over there. They get the break, and looks like they're going to try and dip out, but 4 members from PK are stacked up. If I'm Hive in this situation, I'm not going to continue to fight this. I'm going to then allocate resources over to Bravo, because if I get counter-wiped here, what's the point? And exactly what happens. 2 players drop. PK's off to the races, and they're not even going to stop to gain their own home hill. They're just going to give it up, and look at this pressure. They're going for the 5-man wipe.
They want this so bad, Taylor. We'll see if they can get it. Nice initial down there by Shock, but he's going to get crossed out by his home hill. Well, it's not by his home hill. It's actually his opponent's coming off respawn. And this pressure was like PK showed that they were able to come out on top and take control and handle it just well. Now they're looking to end this round.
And in that round, they will. Blaze. PK up 2-0. And I'm going to ask you now, longtime, fan of Gears.
If you get off to a hot start, you can force your opponent to some difficult spots if they do not play the game wisely and concede some of those rounds. So you got to understand that it's not over just yet. You just need to be gathering as much intel as you can round by round to make the slight adjustments to beat your opponent on that next initial, and then hope that your teamwork is better to survive the mid round in the late game. Now we're seeing currently HIVE, they got off to a better initial this time around, and their teamwork and chemistry is already telling them that we need to get to PK's home hill. We got to put some pressure on these guys and not let them take over the series. Solars, he's get taken out, and he was by himself in that hill, but his teammate couldn't get to him. Number 9, which was Monkeys, he was waiting behind, holding back any other players who can get towards their side of the map. So HIVE, they're going to have to try to slow down PK's assault for now until they can get all players off respawn and back into their positions.
From Juice, Demise is going to try and out-angle anybody he can, but that smoke is going to provide some great coverage, or at least concealment, I should say, and then B is going to be locked in. Man, Identus was going for it. He was going in strong, but Solars will silence him. And now, just like that, Shock's going to continue to push up. Try and take the cinema control. Solar's going to be there, but PK continues. That Lancer fire from Juice was so strong. Player number 8 out-angling everyone from HIVE. Solar's last up. Utility out. Raver ahead. The stun does come through, but Solars can't push up just yet. Nice spread. He needs one more. He could win this fight. Raver at a disadvantage, and Demise with the help from behind. And HIVE will recover B. As long as player 8 can't knock them down, which they should be able to dance around enough.
Yeah, they should be able to. They got the double down. They're going to get hopped over. They're going to hop over to safety, so they're good. Now, PK, they still got some respawns to utilize in this round, but not many. This has got to be the last team fight of this round if they want a chance at the next. Now, these next few kills is going to play a huge factor into that, because if they can get this kill on this home hill, then, hey, spawn up, see if you can force that trip cap by winning your fight at B. But HIVE is not trying to get themselves in a difficult spot. Tidy blocked his teammate off for a second, but that kind of played into their favor as Summons got the team kill on Monkeys, and Zovios was able to clean up Raver there. So great timing. Everything actually worked out there for HIVE, and PK knows that, yeah, we didn't win it. So HIVE went for a trip cap situation, so they want to be the defensive team here. Identus knew that meant that they were going to be weak in some area of the map, so he tried to hop in a blue juice, see if he can get him uncomfortable, force a fight, see what he can come away with, but not much. Now, elsewhere, Tidy's going to win his fight against Summons. That's going to get his team control over the B hill, and they'll be able to sit back for now and wait for PK's next move.
Yeah, and that's the way to do it, right? Just kind of sit back, allow PK to advance forward and potentially make that mistake, right? Because traditionally, if you're the one advancing forward, you might be at a risk, but that was a beautiful
gonna walk
shot
into those
from Identus onto Exovius. Don't do it, the Shock too. He does drop, goes for the pickup. Demise gets ran through, but did get the finish onto Identus, so that is big. Either way, though, PK will get the break. You have those 2 players on B as well. 8's gonna go for the touch. Player 3 has to challenge him. Also, player 1 on C has to push in too, but the biggest thing right now is HIVE should be able to pressure player 9 out of there.
And that's exactly what they're going to do with just having 3 members in that area. Monkeys is too smart to get caught out there. And he's just going to make a rotation towards mid-map and help his teammates in the next fight. Always trying to stay productive and just keep and have the highest damage per second in a round. And I honestly think that's one of the most valuable stats here, because Gears of War is one of those games where I feel like you should always be shooting. You know, it's always somebody to shoot at. It's always a lane to block off. Monkey seems like he's always in the right position for the Knights.
That Lancer fire, unrelenting, but not connecting as much as they would want for PK, but pressure is still on. Look at this rotate from HIVE, though. I like this. They go down to A, very coordinated, but player 8 might be able to spoil the party here. Shock will get the pickup. Player 8 still there. That's going to be Summons, and look at this. Now the rest of the members from HIVE are going to be there, but PK, though, this is a good opportunity for them to wipe out a lot of members, and that's the start of it. Zovios will fall. Demise gets picked back up. Summons backs up. Shock and Cole are going to be pushing up. This is a bold push, but if it works out, this could be great. That's going to be another one down. Raver out of the way. Dezo gets to clean up. But look at HIVE. They've managed to successfully take the double home hill setup, but not a moment too soon, because that lead for PK is there, and it might continue to grow as they're trying to lock in A again.
It just might. Big fight won by Monkeys on top of his home hill, but Zovios needs to try to get a decap on B as soon as he possibly can. But look at all the PK members just looking at him. It's going to be hard for him. That's why we kind of talked about perfecting that double hop and juice, it being one of your key rotations that you got to master to be a great team on this map, because someone needs to distract that guy or get a smoke on top of him if you can. And PK in perfect position. Shock He is able to get this hill capped up for his squad, but they don't have the win condition, and he is left in the open. PK gets the kill, gets the cleanup.
And Tidy to make something happen. He will get the drop onto one. He'll push up to A, but it's just a moment too late. You know, B is going to be there, but player one tries to challenge. He gets taken out. Player two is going to push up as well. And Dez is going to try and go for the kill. Also, with Identives. Wait, Demise actually picks that up? Maybe it doesn't. Okay, so Demise does go down.
In the second half, we got a 1-2-2 between both these teams, and both squads' attention is going to be focused down low towards the bandstand. Identives gets first blood, but Zovios is going to clean up the kill on Raver. PK in a great position to get the neutral hill, and they shall. E locked in, but they're looking for more, Taylor, as we're early in this round.
Ooh, Solar's big opportunity here for a two-piece. Can't get it. Finished off. That's okay. PK already has ENF. Pressure still on, though. I've knows this. Player one's going to try and break out. Now, he feels an opportunity maybe to sneak over to E, but player nine's going to be there ready and waiting for him. But it does fall. That was Monkeys who tried to get that kill, but here we go. Dezel's also going to push up, too. Xovio's doing a great job with spacing, and he's going to get the finish on another. But now he's running into player number 7, and finally he will fall, but that was such a great effort.
Fatal Strike would be proud if he saw that play. Now, HIVE, they're still in a difficult position. And if they want to make their former coach really proud, they'll make this comeback because they know how to. As the fight's breaking out here towards mid-map, multiple members of the Knights will fall. That's going to be Raver and Identives. HIVE has map control, and they're going to be looking to get towards their opponent's side of the map, but they got to back up towards theirs and take out summons first. Now, maybe too many players drop back to have to take out summons because they gave up bandstand. And Monkeys is sitting here. He gets the first shot off, and that's almost going to guarantee him a win in any fight. But
Nice.
Solars with a great wrap shot. He's looking for another kill, and playing off that left hand, he's just going to let his opponents know that, hey, I'm here in bandstand. I'm pressed up, ready to put in shots. And he has the angle, but the Knights knows exactly where he is.
All of HIVE's focus right now should be on this bandstand fight. They need to focus hard on PK pushing through, and they need to band together. That's a tough break. When you take out your IGL and main slayer of Identives right like that, as soon as you're going for the entry frags, you know you're in trouble. And Monkeys is like, hold up, what just happened, guys? Why am I the last one on the map? Well, HIVE, they're going to take advantage of this, of course, and they're going to go lock it in. And Monkeys, he's not even anywhere close to get a touch. HIVE's going to take this round. That's a tough break. The beatdown from HIVE? Hold up a second. Woo, newfound confidence here, baby.
Hey, you know what? They're poking the lion right now. And they're stepping out the hill as well. They're stepping out just so they wanted this to go towards more of an open area so that they can move around, have more opportunities and more angles to fight these individual battles. And Raver wins his off the start. Shock's going to trade that out 4v4. And Shock finds another. Can he get a third? Yes, he can. Make it a triple. In the end, it's going to be HIVE who wins round number 6 by an elimination domination.
Blaze, I don't know what it was about that beatdown, man, but clearly it changed something.
And in scrims, we want to be the best, and we want to show it to you guys.
A lot of dancing. Xovio's pushing up. Gets one nice spread, but that's going to end there. Mize, though, will clean up Raver. HIVE is still in this. They are pushing up so strong. And they managed to take 2 players down, and now PK is not where they want to be. Look at Summons all up in the corner. Drop shot's going to be in the hands. An easy connection at this point. Summons, though, will connect onto Demise. He'll be pressured by Shock. He needs to hold his own here. Either way, HIVE. I mean, they're just unrelenting. This is a HIVE that I'm not accustomed to seeing. Regardless, though, PK continues to hold up. They may be few, but they're still strong.
Monkeys that want to keep fight to get this E-Hill back for his team, but Solars, he was able to pick him off in the middle. Now he's going to step into this hill, says, all right, guys, let's go. Let's win it off the E right now. Solars, Identities, he gets the kill, and they will get the hill. Trip cap dominant.
Here's 3 and 8. That's going to be Tidy and Summons. They're going to be heading for that mid battle. Remember, the Shock is going to be over this. Whoever gets their hands on that could assist the final members of their team for this fight. But granted, HIVE once again, man, a fantastic starting. Zovios leading the charge.
Oh,
The rest of the HIVE members get 3 members down. Summons and Dezo last alive. Shock with the drop. And I mean, it's like a broken record. We're on repeat here, man. The song keeps replaying over and over again, and HIVE continues to play the same song and dance.
man, you know, I was watching number 3 on the mini map a lot, because Tidy did his best staying alive. Because typically the way this initial works is that the team who gets the first blood, that player in that 1v1 becomes the defensive player. So he did a good job dodging all the aggressive summons was bringing his way, waiting for his team to get to him. Now, if he was a real savage, he would take the 1v1, go cap E, and that's a trip cap domination and got the round under the books. But he played it to his strengths. He played it textbook. He let his team get set up with the power weapons. Demise grabs a double. Hive, they're in a winning position to get this series all tied up 1-1.
Winning position indeed. I mean, the respawns are almost flawless, albeit Exovios being at 2 out of 4, but I give it to him, man. He has been making these pushes look so clean and so solid. He's been slaying out considerably well. And also Demise too. You know, I constantly been saying his name, and Tidy, man. My goodness, something you can't challenge that man. He is just insane, and he's 3 for 2 now as Demise connects onto Identives. Of course, this battle in Bandstand will continue, but Hive is threatening the triple cap. PK, you got to get a touch. You got to get on E. He managed to do it in the last second, but still, though, I mean, this pressure from Hive, I mean, I don't know where this was before, but I'm glad to see it now.
Now, Hive needs to... I think Hive understands that they have a lead, and they have the lead when it comes down to respawns as well, Taylor. They need to get one of these 2 hills back, and they know that it's only 2 members down low. They're both trapped in Bandstand. They're going to slowly take their time. They make the rotation. Monkeys was able to kill Demise. He was a little bit too aggressive there, but Tidy is making plays. He's able to acquire both kills. That's going to get the hill for Hive. Identities knows he needs to make a miracle happen. By getting that kill on Shock, he allows Raver to get the drop shot. So, PK, they are only down by 10 points right now. Okay, so they got plenty of time to win this round. So they're gonna rotate this drop shot down low, but this is where Solars can be super sneaky. If he can make the play, Summons didn't see him yet, and Solars gets one. He gets just the one. He slows down the push. Now,
he does slow down the push.
That's important because his team is still picking up points. Now, is Hive able to get into position with all of that intel? No. Well, let's see. They overextended up top, Taylor.
I like that shock placement, though. He knows PK's got to get in there and try and get that touch. He had to sacrifice, right? He had to go for it. Hive's so close to victory.
Wait, was he in the drone?
PK is starting to heat up. 3 players are down. Shock and Demise up. Demise can't...
Which team can win this initial, Taylor?
And a big breakout going through with this initial Raver. Trying to set up on his own 2 feet. Hive will get there close to the drop. Exovios can't get the quick pick. PK, though, looks as if it's promising, but then Hive answers right back. They get a couple of big kills. Exovios now gets the final cleanup onto Monkeys, or I should say Raver. That's 2 down, but more importantly, the drop shot back in their hands. We know how devastating Exovios has been with that drop shot. His connection rate is insane, and it's a promising start for Hive.
Shock and Exovios did such a good job fighting that initial when they were getting pressed, able to get multiple kills to get that drop shot. Now, for a second, he was able to get towards their opponent's home hill, but that's all they got for now. Now, the drop shot is on the opposite end of the map, and typically when your opponents lose that fight, they will rotate over towards that neutral. So that's why we see PK set up as well as they are currently. Now, Hive, let's see how they're going to use this utility. They still got 2 drop shots to get E back and fight for some more map control.
More map control indeed, right? At this point in time, Hive, they've got to get it. Stay poised, though. They still have that drop shot, so the opportunity to make a big play is absolutely there. Pittsburgh Knights, though, they're spread out pretty thin. They have a decent defensive setup, but this is the thing about Hive right now. If they were to push through, they could take a couple off guard, and that drop shot's going to be the deciding factor in how this next fight is going to go. It seems as if Tidy, feeling froggy, trying to leap, but Solos gets dropped. That's okay. They'll go ahead and reset, get the pickup. Come back up to round 2. It's got to connect, and it does. Now, Bandstand's going to be open. They're able to push through. The rest of the PK members are going to back off. At this point in time, PK wants to go for D because they know the neutral is out of their hands.
PK picked up a huge double kill in their opponent's juice. Hive had great target selection with that drop shot because it allowed them to get the E-hill and control them down low, but you got to know that PK is going to automatically rotate out as soon as they see that drop in the air, and Hive was not in a position to defend. Luckily enough, they are able to come off respawn and get their home hill back, but they need to make their way towards their opponent's home if they can. It starts with that kill that Exovios just got. Now, as he's trying to lead the charge, he needs some support from those players in the back to keep the heads down of these players Lantern for the Knights. They were able to force back summons, but Raver is still holding his ground. 3 members of the Knights are in this area, and 1 member is rotating. He's in his opponent's juice, shooting multiple members of HIVE in the back. That's number 9. It's Monkeys making 200 IQ plays, disrupting this entire push by HIVE. Yes, they have finally gotten a home hill of the Knights, but damage was done elsewhere.
Yep, that's it. I was looking at 9 versus player 1. He wins it. More importantly, 06 is going to win it. PK will take over the victory blaze. 5-4. Well fought for HIVE. Let me say this. First